Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to present you my absolutely favorite magic finder in burial chambers. So yeah, without further ado, I think we're just gonna run a map and then we're gonna explain why this is my favorite. But I guess you will probably just see why it is my absolutely favorite burial chamber farmer. It's a 100% one button farmer because I'm even too lazy to press flasks from time to time. You know, I can do it obviously. But yeah, it is completely ridiculous in clear speed and the explosions are just like super sexy, right? So yeah, as I said, you just press frenzy and you teleport around thanks to lightning warp. And sometimes it lags, but yeah, as you see, it just clears like 2 or 3 screens in one single cast. So that's why it's actually so enjoyable to play. Pick stuff up here. So I usually just use my Quicksilver Flask to jump around faster. Oh, come on, where's the density? Yeah, sometimes it starts lagging, but therefore the clear speed is just ridiculous and it's a lot of fun to play. And yeah, we have Leech on the boots. So yeah, sometimes you die. Ah! Oh, nice! An Exile Orb. Yeah, a pretty good showcase, I guess, right? Okay, yeah, I know, it seems a little bit laggy, I do know that, but the explosions are just so immense, massive, and it still makes a lot of fun to play, right? But yeah, nice showcase, man. I found like 4 hours today and got nothing, so now I make one map for the video showcase, and yeah, I get an Exalted Orb. That's nice. Okay, let's clear the boss that you can see that is also boss viable. Why am I so slowed? What the hell? Okay, let's kill off the boss. It's rather easy, basically. You just jump around and... yeah, not the best boss DPS, but I usually skip bosses anyways, because for me, like, why would you do them? Okay, let's teleport back and let's see what is this build all about and how does it work and so on. So let's level up my gems, and I think they're like level 20 now. Yes, level 20 Val. Come on, give me level... God damn it, I have no Val Orb now. Okay, never mind. Nice try, mbX. You just, yeah, whatever. So, this is an Elementalist. Triple Herald, Poet's Pen, Arc, Lightning Warp, Impulsor, 3 Dragon, Chain Reaction, Bombing, Magic Finder. Okay, that's a little bit too long for the build description, but yeah, it's a very cool and fun build. So, how does it work? Obviously, we use 2 Poet's Pens. In one we have Arc with increased critical strike support and lightning penetration. That simply makes that as soon as we use an auto attack or frenzy in that case, like an attack, we are about to proc the Poet's Pen. And as you see those red lightning, that's Arc. Because I run some MTX, that's why my Arc is red. Same counts for Lightning Warp, so that's the second Poet Pen. Every time we use now frenzy, we teleport, right? So that's our double frenzy, like double Poet's Pen setup. If you're like, we have Lightning Warp with Swift Affliction, less duration. Why those two? Because they reduce the duration. So if I just put those 2 out, you will see that Lightning Warp is a lot slower than it is with those 2 gems, right? Perfect would be if you have a Helm enchant with like 30% less Lightning Warp duration. I think that would make it even faster. But I think like Lightning Warp, Swift Affliction, less duration is pretty cool to just swap around and yeah, blow things up, right? So yeah, our Arc will start our chain reaction, okay? So we have Impulsor. That has the unique ability that if a shocked mob dies, it will explode with lightning damage, like 5 to 10% of their maximum life, right? But the explosion is lightning damage, but it doesn't shock. Okay, therefore we got the 3 Dragons helmet, which says that our lightning damage can freeze, but not shock. Doesn't matter because since we wear Impulsor, the explosion from Impulsor will not shock anyways. So in that case, it will freeze. Okay, so if a frozen mob gets killed, it gets shattered. There is when our Herald of Ice gets into play and starts the explosion, right? And if we read again on the 3 Dragons, it says your fire damage can shock, but not ignite. So, our shock will get our Impulsor broke, like, start the reaction with Impulsor. Now, the Impulsor explosion will freeze the enemies. That's why Herald of Ice will shatter the enemies. And if we use Cold to Fire support, we will most likely deal fire damage with our Herald of Ice. And the fire damage will now shock again, and the shocked enemies will trigger Impulsor again. I think you get the idea on how this super massive big reactions are actually going, right? You shock and freeze and fire and blah 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 and boom, everything. I just love this build. I played it like 10 hours Burial Chambers and it just doesn't get boring, you know? You just like one button frenzy all the way, some Quicksilver Flask to make it a little bit faster in the movement speed, and there you go. Like, I just love it, man. I tried the Auto Bomber, I tried the Wind Ripper, and I just have to say, this one, I love it. Okay. So stats-wise, we run 81% quantity. That's my basic setup with, yeah, when I go magic finding, pretty much the same as I do with the Auto Bomber. And the same with the Wind Ripper, just the Wind Ripper has the Wind Ripper bow, obviously, for more quantity rarity, right? Check. So, yes. I talked about how this is done. So, Herald of Ice setup is Herald of Ice with Ice Bite to generate frenzy charges, increased area of effect, and Cold to Fire support. As said, that the explosion will do fire damage and therefore shock, and then Impulsor and freeze, and you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, we talked about these things. So in my gloves, I have Herald of Thunder with Onslaught support, Curse on Hit, and Assassin's Mark. Because, like, yeah, Herald of Thunder is not, like, the main point here. It still will curse our enemies. We will get even more power charges, because it's, like, a little bit harder to create those unless you want to run Power Siphon instead of Frenzy, what you can also do, but I don't think it is mandatory, and I think my setup is actually pretty cool for this one. In my boots, I have Cast 1 Damage Taken with Immortal Coil and the Cast on Death with Portal. And this one is one of my favorite ones in the Burial Chambers because, yeah, I'm running 2.7k life at the moment. I'm level 86. So, yeah, we are squishy. My resistances are 60, 60, 20, which is not good at all. But as you saw, we kill things faster than they even have a chance to attack us, right? But sometimes it just happens. And that's why I really love to have Cast on Death with Portal so I don't have to run it again, right? Okay, for my Perea rings, I have a Portal for self-casting, and yeah, Herald of Ash is a standalone Herald for even more fire damage and, yeah, more shock chance, therefore. Amulet is just a random amulet I chaos spend for 10 quantity, nothing else, basically. Yeah, 10 quantity is the thing that I want to get, and you can get way better stuff than this one. Okay, Glove Sedima's Touch, obviously, for the quantity, Viscous Leash for even more quantity, Goldworm for even more quantity, double Pereas with white sockets. You can definitely get some cheaper Venters Gamble because they're, yeah, a lot cheaper, and you can balance your resistances with them, or at least cap your resistances. But yeah, Perea rings for even more quantity, so yeah, 81%. We talked about the gems here, here, and now Impulsor. This is something... yes, I have a 6-link because I had a 6-link before, right? If I would do this build from now on, there is no reason to get a 6-link. Because the only thing you need, basically, is Frenzy with greater multiple projectiles. So we don't hit 1 Frenzy, we hit 5. So it's easier to gain your Frenzy charges because you hit more enemies, right? So yeah, Frenzy charges with greater multiple projectiles. For me, personally, because I already had the 6-link, I added faster attacks and faster projectiles. Because I think that the projectiles are flying pretty slow. So like most of the time, the mobs explode before the frenzy projectiles hit the enemy, right? Because the area of effect we clear is so insane. So that's why I like to use faster projectiles. So my green frenzy charges fly even faster and even have the possibility to hit something, right? If you don't run faster projectiles, you will see that if you have like Curse on Hit Warlord's Mark on your Frenzy, what is definitely possible, you will notice that you rarely get your Endurance charges coming from your Warlord's Mark and your Regen, or at least life, the Leech, because you're not hitting fast enough, okay? And I added also increased critical strikes and power charge on critical. I was using Frenzy or Power Siphon before to generate my Endurance charges, but with this setup, with Frenzy and Crit with Power Charge and critical support, I feel like I have my Power Charges and Frenzy up all the time. I always have like 5-5 for no matter what, like what you have on your skill tree, how many frenzy charges you have in total, right? Okay, enough said. So if you don't have a 6 link, doesn't matter. If you have a 5 link, that's fine. If you have a 4 link, that's fine, okay? That's like the frenzy with greater multiple projectiles, and then I would add, yeah, if you have a 4 link, like increased crit and power charge, and then I would add like faster projectiles and faster attacks, because we don't have a cooldown reduction belt, so we can't really spam that often anyway. So if you just play like this, like I do, I don't skip any Poet's Pen, and that's good. Check. Flasks. I have no idea about Flasks, to be honest, because I'm such a, how do you say, a lazy player that the only thing I use is my Quicksilver Flask, because I have it on my mouse attached, right? So I'm even too bored to do like 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, the only thing I use is Quicksilver because it's attached to my mouse. Anyways, if you still want to go for Flasks, I would say a Diamond Flask is nice because we crit, Consecrated a Sulfur Flask for more damage, increased evasion, Smoke Cloud, yeah, more survivability. You can really take whatever you want. I think it's cool to have a Remove Bleeding Flask. You can even take Life Flask. Wise Oak, if you're able to balance your resistance. In my case, it's actually very bad because my most damage is lightning damage, and lightning is my lowest resistance, so I get damage for fire and lightning. So basically, you actually want to have your lightning resistance more capped, or at least like higher than the other two. But yeah, it's just like in progress. I'm playing this build since 2 days, I think, / played 23 hours, so not even 24 hours. And yeah, I played around with the settings, with the skill tree and stuff, and I think like this is, yeah, the best outcome so far. Okay, Sarah will restart in 15 minutes. Okay, let's do this. Flasks, check. Skill tree. And before we go skill tree, we go Pantheons because last time I forgot those, right? I have no idea about Pantheons. I just use Lunaris for more movement speed and Ralakesh for less reduced physical damage over time, because sometimes I'm down bleeding. Nothing upgraded because this character is new, so take whatever you like, okay? This is definitely not mandatory. Okay, Ascendancies. First I would go for Beacon of Ruin, because your ailments will spread, and explosions, and more explosions, and just like everything, like, yeah, kaboom. And then I would take Mastermind of Discord, just to have less reduced Reservation of Heralds and more damage penetration. And yeah, Pendulum of Destruction and Shaper of Desolation is something you get along with those two, because you want to have those two. Okay, so first Beacon of Ruin, then Mastermind of Discord is my personal opinion about that one. And yeah, we start over here as a witch, go spell damage. Life, we're gonna take a fully Herald of Thunder and Breath of Lightning, because if we take a look over here, shock, we have actually every note that can shock until Celestial Punishment and Holy Dominion and whatever. And if we go for lightning damage, I think we have pretty much every lightning damage that we can take. This one is for melee attacks, so that's not really mandatory. Avatar Fire doesn't matter. But yeah, as you see, I have almost every lightning that is actually good. I could go here for Lightning Walker for even more and some lightning resistance, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so I have here cold damage, critical strike chance, maximum life, yeah, whatever you get, right? Here's some life, more critical strike chance for spells, and some more AoE, more lightning damage. Here we have more life and more critical strike chance for spells. This cluster I choose to have my Inspired Learning here because of the power charge, the life, the frenzy charge, and all resistance, maximum life, energy shield, evasion rating, whatever. So this is a pretty good cluster. Here we take our critical strike notes, and then we go over here. Yeah, take this stuff here. This one is not really mandatory, but I lacked a little bit of dexterity, so I just took this for now. You can basically just take this one or something. And here more penetration and chance to shock, ignite, freeze, whatever. Yeah, if you start this build new, I would definitely go for the top side first, then I would go right side down here, take this cluster here, and then when you start mapping, you can go over here. Leveling, I leveled as this character. Instead of Impulsor, I had Tabula Rasa. And yeah, I leveled with Magic Find gear even because I was just too bored to buy more equipment just for leveling. Because with Poet's Pen leveling, you're up in like 5 hours or so from level 1 to mapping. So that is actually pretty fast. Okay, skill tree done, ascendancy done, pantheon done. Empty access, I wear the celestial hood, ultimate chaos body armor with infernal wings, the Kitava gloves, Kitava boots with ultimate chaos footprints, double seraph dagger with the forged weapon effect coming from the supporter pack. And now the thing that you may ask, why is this so ghostly? Yeah, it's coming from the celestial herald effect. Herald effect, Celestial Character effect. So if we remove this, you see I'm black-red. But yeah, I think like this looks a little bit more ghosty with the Celestial Hood, so it's like a Grim Reaper. That looks pretty awesome. Okay, we have the Automaton Arc effect, the Automaton Lightning effect, the Celestial Herald effect for the Herald of Ice, the Automaton for Fire to make those cool looking explosions, Gore Herald effect for the Thunder, and yeah, Dark Immortal Call, nothing too special. Demon King Portal effect and Kitava Portrait Frame. Okay, let me quickly go through. We have go over these items and skill links and tree and Pantheon, and I'm pretty sure when I stop this video I forget something. But yeah, we have triple heralds over here. Frenzy as our main attack. As I said, you can use Power Siphon as well. And yeah, Curse on Hit Assassin. Yeah, I don't know, like, yeah. If you enjoyed this build, then yeah, would like to see the thumbs up. Yeah, and basically, from my personal opinion, this is my by far the best Magic Finder I've played so far. And yeah, tomorrow on the stream, if you want to check that out, we're gonna remove the Magic Finding items and get some more damage in, and then we're gonna go for, yeah, Guardians, Elder, Red Elder, like Shaper, whatever we can do, and probably up to Uber Elder, we're gonna see. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, see you on the next video.